I was just excited. I did not want this to exist because I was not ready.
Okay,
My
so
girlfriend texted me.
упражнение 6, exercise 6, yes, on page 171. That's, I think, what I gave you for Wednesday to do. Da? Da? Yes. Okay, Nico? We got through, I believe, number 4 in class. Da? Julie, you were here. Да? Ты была здесь. Номер 4. Номер 5. So,
No, we did.
Did we do 5? Okay. Well, let's just go over real quick. The chalk is like just slowly. Wish you could glue.
How is it dwindling when no one has been here?
Because we've been writing no class today on the board too many times. All right, so let's just go over real quick the adjective locative endings. Okay, so for masculine and neuter adjective endings. Okay, it's either or yem. Okay, and again, the difference here is it's mostly going to be The times it's going to be yem are when. These are the exceptions. Okay, same thing for oi and yay for our feminine. When it's a should. When it's a husher, okay, and it's unstressed, it's going to be yem. The only one we know right now is what? Which adjective do we know that is going to have a yem or a yay ending? There's only one that we know so far. Хороший. Да. Good. Either хороший or хорошая. Okay? Massive, because the stress is on the stem. So, a хорошем, a хорошей. Okay? Otherwise, it's going to be or oi. Okay? The other one I do want to just give you real quick is the word for blue. What's the word for blue? Not light blue, but blue of your hat. Синий. Okay? That was great. That's серый. Okay? Синий. Okay? The only reason this is an yem yay is because this is a weird little soft ending. So синем, синей. Okay? So if you are in a blue car, я на синей машине. Okay? I'm riding in a blue car. Okay? Other than that, or oi. Okay? And then our nouns, 99% of our nouns end in what? In the locative. James. Nouns. Yeah, keep your nouns and adjectives separate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay? The exceptions are what, Julia?
Oh, I forgot.
Our nouns, 99% of them end in yeah. What are the exceptions?
I have no idea.
Nope.
I have no idea.
What? Yeah.
Nope. Are nouns.
Oh, E.
Oh, what? E,
I'm
yes.
sorry, I do remember.
Remember?
Right.
Like Finlandia. I live in Finland. Я живу в Финляндии.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Меди, да?
So long ago.
Okay?
Wait, what would be like New York?
New York, yeah. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, New York, yeah. Right there. It's just a k at the end. Okay? What about this one? Where the Olympics are? Sochi.
Sochi. E.
Just doesn't change. It's Sochi. Okay?
Sochi.
Again, it ends in an E, which is a very unusual, and who's watched some Olympics? Okay?
And we're doing
The main stadium, like the opening ceremony stadium, okay? What's its name? It's like got a weird, it's like Fisht or something like that. It's totally not Russian, okay? Honestly, I don't even know the name that's associated with it. I've never heard it before, okay? But again, Sochi is a very unusual word in Russian because it's not a typical noun ending.
But that's
okay?
the name of.
It's the name of, again, if it has an E at the end already, okay? Can we think of places in the United States that have an E at the end?
No, there's no E at the end.
What do you mean there's no E at the end?
How
E.
it's spelled?
Sochi.
Oh.
Yeah, Sochi. With an E. That? Can you think of places in the United States that have an E at the end? A place name?
In the United States?
In the United States? How about Kentucky? Yeah?
It's a Y. It's a Y.
But it's an E sound. Yeah, free. It's not a Y. It's not Kentucky. Kentucky, okay, right? So if you live in Kentucky, я живу в Kentucky. Okay? Again, it's not going to change. There's lots of places in Finland that have O's at the end, right? Like, there's this one. It's not far. I've not been there, but friends. Well, how do you say it in Finnish?
Espoo.
Espoo. Okay, so it's got an O ending. In Russian, they're just going to say Espoo. Okay, they're not going to give it again, some regular locative ending.
How about
Okay?
Helsinki? That's
Okay, Helsinki. Yeah, okay, so there's another one. Or how about this one? I say that.
Tartu.
Tartu. Okay, so in Russian they're going to say Tartu. This is like, they're like, I'm not even going to mess with it. Okay? So again, anything other than a consonant or something like an A, the Russians aren't going to touch. Okay? So, going back to our nouns, let's look at numbers. We did number 5. So if we look at number 6, okay? Ученые, okay? Работают в. What's an ученые? It's a profession, but it's actually an adjective. Okay? I'm going to leave those up there. So ученые. Did anybody bother looking that up? Okay? So
I looked at it.
you looked at it. Well, that's a good start. Okay? Uch. We already did учиться. What's учиться mean? We did this last week. Учиться means what? Yulia? Okay, it means to study. Ученый means, okay, in this sense, it means like a researcher or a scholar. Okay? Someone who is
Study.
learned. Okay? Like me. I'm going to learn you good, boy. Alright? New York? Alright, so ученые работают. So scholars work in a хорошая лаборатория. What's that, Joe? What's a хорошая лаборатория on number 6? Number 6 on page 171. They work in a what? Хорошая лаборатория. What's хорошая? Ah, come on.
I know the second one.
What's the second one?
Laboratory.
Laboratory. What kind of laboratory, James?
Good laboratory.
A good or a nice one, okay? A brand new one. So, they work in a nice lab, okay? I can't even use this piece of chalk anymore. It's so small. Useless. Okay? This will last for another 5 minutes. So, locative, it's what gender, first of all. Look, хорошая лаборатория. What gender is it, Joe?
Masculine.
What does it end in? It's ya, so
Feminine.
what is they work in a nice laboratory. В хорош. Go over here. Is it oi or yay?
Yay.
Yay. Because right, this one is stressed there. В хорошей. And then the locative of laboratoria, this is a noun, so you have to switch your mindset. Okay? So this is an adjective. Laboratorii. Again. И я, then, like Finlandia, Philadelphia, media. Okay? So, они работают в хорошей лаборатории. They work in a nice lab. Okay? Next one, number 7. Nico, read it, tell us what it says, and put it in the correct form. Моя мама. Моя мама. Еще раз, one more time. Моя мама.
Моя мама.
Not mama, mama.
Мама.
Yeah, we're not in Puerto Rico, okay?
Работает в...
Okay. Yeah. What gender is it? Новая библиотека. It's feminine, so it's она работает в what? What?
Новый.
What's at the end? Tell me.
The OU.
Ой. Ой, кратко. Новой? What? Библиотек.
Yeah.
Yeah. В новой библиотеке. She works in a new library. Да? Okay? Моя мама работает в новой библиотеке. So she works in a new library. We're going to do two more and then you're going to give me those. Okay? Number 8. Okay? Мы живем в. We what? Мы живем. Мико. We
We live.
live. Где? Высокое здание. What gender is that, first of all?
Sorry.
It's neuter. And again, neuter function just like masculine. So we live in a высокое здание is a tall building. So we live in a tall building. Мико, мы живем в
Высоком
высоком, да,
здании.
Здании. If it ends in an E, or E, it's E и краткое. Okay? So these are those in the nominative that end in E, or E, Those that end in E, are neuter. So a building, здание. Вот это здание. Мы сейчас в здании. We are in a building now. Right? Мы в университетском здании. We're in a university building. So мы живем в высоком здании. We live in a tall building. And the last one we're going to do, let's go to the, let's just do number 9. Okay? James, would you read number 9, please? Это
Это
балерина, 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 балерина.
Ballerina.
Yes, балерина. Okay? Работает
Работает
в
в
Where does she work? This is capital. The Bolshoi.
большой
Again, locative. Bal.
шоя
It's an adjective. Bal.
шо
Look up here. Masculine adjective.
большой
Balshom. Where? Balshom.
ме-
Театр.
театр
Театре.
театр
Театре. Вот. Эта балерина работает в большом театре.
Why
Sure.
capital?
I'm going to tell you in a second, okay? Эта балерина
это балерина
работает
работает
в большом
в большом
театре.
театре.
Хорошо, okay? Why is it capitalized? Why would it be capitalized?
Name of the theater.
It's the proper name, the Bolshoi. You ever heard of the Bolshoi Ballet?
No, never.
Okay, well, Bolshoi, what does Bolshoi mean?
Big.
Means big. Okay, literally it's the big theater. Bolshoi Theater, okay? It's the big main theater. Again, this is the one in Moscow. There's also, again, there's a Malenki. There's a little one too, okay? So again, there's Bolshoi Dramatichesky Theater. Okay, there's the big dramatic theater, okay, in St. Petersburg, and the Malenki.
Is it actually called Melanie?
It's called the Bolshoi and the Malenki.
Wow.
Yes, the big and the little, okay?
Straight to
It
the
doesn't
point.
mean anything other than really that it has to do with the size of the building
Okay.
and the company and everything, okay? But, and it's not terribly creative, okay? The big theater.
You only work for the little one.
Oh, the little ones, they do very, very good work, okay? But again, the Bolshoi is like sort of one of the premier, I wouldn't say it's the best, I'm biased towards St. Petersburg, okay? And the Mariinsky Ballet, but again, one of the most famous theaters in Russia.
Did you ever see White Lights?
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What theater is it like? That's supposed to be one of the.
I think they were supposed to be in St. Petersburg, I think. Or I guess at the time it was Leningrad. And that would have been, they called that at the time the Kirov, okay? They've taken that off, okay? Kirov was the sort of party chairman of Leningrad in the 1930s until Stalin, most likely Stalin had him assassinated. Okay, but it's gone back to the Mariinsky Theater. It's pre-revolutionary name. Okay, and again, I've seen productions by them as well. And you know, if you've never seen a really good ballet, you've never seen ballet. If you've not seen Russian ballet, again, take nothing away from American ballet, which is I'm sure good. Russian ballet is just it's even better. Even if you don't like ballet, you like ballet. All right, I'm gonna have you guys hand those in. Da? Because I know you did it, Nico. He doesn't have socks. He doesn't have his homework, anything. You have socks, just.
I didn't write the whole sentence, I just wrote
You
what
just
was
wrote
in
the answer. That's fine.
parentheses.
That's fine. Okay, you may do that. Okay.
Oh.
All right.
It's in the back of my notes.
Fine.
No.
It's give 'em. I'll give them right back. Okay. All right. Let's look at page 172. Okay. Just like we have adjectives, regular adjectives, we have possessives. Okay. And other demonstrative pronouns. These are adjectives too. So this, that, these, those. Okay. My, your, his, her. Okay. Those are adjectives. They also decline into the locative case. Okay. So if you look at page 172 at the top, possessive and demonstrative pronouns. Okay. Look at the following sentences. Look at number 1. В этом магазине работают студенты. Okay. Now they've translated it as there are students working in this store. If you translated it more literally, page 172 at the top, Nico, sorry. If you look at it, translate it literally, the first sentence at the top of 172. In this store work students. Okay, so in this store, okay, we have our demonstratives. This, okay, этот, okay, that's masculine. Это, feminine, and это, neuter. Okay? These, even though they have a funky little ending, they are adjectives, and they will function just like any other adjective, particularly when you put them into something like the locative case. Okay? Again, if you go back to the masculine and feminine adjective endings, what are they? Julie? Om for these two. And what's the feminine?
A.
No.
I forget that.
What is it? Joe.
Boy.
I just had it up there. Joe? She just said it.
Oi.
Yes. Oy vey.
Oy vey.
Okay, yes, exactly. Okay? Alright, so again, it's just a regular adjective. The nominative looks a little strange. Okay? So if you look again at the first one, look at the second one. Let's see. Nico, would you read the second sentence at the top of page 172? My brother.
Мой брат работает в этой
Больнице. 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 Yeah, not the Bolshevik, whatever you said, okay? Мой брат работает в этой больнице. My brother works in this hospital. Right? Look at the last one. Okay, or sorry, the third one, okay? Just like we have demonstratives, we have possessives. My,
So those
your,
means this?
this or that, okay? Without any contrast, they mean either one, okay?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Yeah. Let's go over our possessive pronouns. I know you love that term. Okay, yes, especially you, okay? Possessive pronouns, like what? What's a possessive pronoun, Nico? Possessive. My, tell me another one. My house.
No.
Your house.
Thank you, yes, your. Give me another one. His.
Her.
Her. I'm going to keep coming back to you. Her. Then what? Our house.
Our.
And then y'all's house. And then their house.
Keep it in English. It's the-
I know, it's just, they don't have those in Trinidad.
Is that a pronoun?
the Russian one.
They share everything over
All right, so again,
Sure, everything, thanks.
again, these are adjectives, okay? Even though they're called possessive pronouns, they function like adjectives because they're describing things. Well, whose goofy hat is that? Oh, that's her goofy hat, okay?
Hey, I'm warmer than everybody here, I don't really care.
Whose iPad is that? That's his. Is that yours? Yes, it's mine. It's describing it, okay? They also function just like regular adjectives, okay? So the masculine, moi. Okay? Moi. Yes. And by the way, my daughter now, that's how she says more. Okay, when she wants more, she'll go, moi, moi, moi. So I always think of you, or I think like she's speaking Russian, okay?
Since when do you have a daughter?
It's like almost 2 years.
I thought you had 2 sons.
No, a son and a daughter.
He's the rich man
I didn't know
family.
that.
Yes, I got.
He's in a rich house, he's a rich man's family. Lucky guy.
What does that have to do with anything?
He said almost 2 years. I didn't think that.
20 months, yeah. Moi, okay? But I always say moi, what does moi mean? In
Hi.
Finnish. Hi. Okay, moi. Okay, that's probably the
Okay,
easiest
so-
Finnish word you can learn. Everything else is way too complicated, okay? So, all of these, moi, okay? Tvoi. Okay? I'm going to give you them. Now, remember, his, его, and yeyo, they never ever change. Even in the locative, you don't have to do anything with these. It's so nice. It would be nice if all the rest did the same thing, but they don't.
What
Okay?
was it? Mine, what was it? What's the word again?
Your.
Boy.
Nash, our. Vash, your. And their, ich, does not change. So really the only ones we have to worry about are the first and second person. Okay? Third persons never change their form. Okay? Just to give you, again, the info here, masculine and neuter will follow the same rules. Okay? So, mayo, vayo, bless you,
Thank you.
nasze, and vaše.
What do they say in Russian? When you sneeze?
Будь здоров, be healthy. Yes, будь здоров. What do they say in Finnish?
So what I have to say?
Yeah, when you sneeze.
When you sneeze, or say, excuse or bless you.
They just don't care.
And then terveydeksi.
Nobody ever gets sick. What is
They
it?
say terveydeksi.
Terveydeksi?
Terveydeksi.
Terveydeksi.
What does that actually mean, like, literally?
I think it means like when you're healthy. Like it doesn't mean like bless you. It means
Get away from me.
Spread your kids elsewhere.
Okay? Alright, so these are going to have the same endings, masculine and neuter. Okay, so if we're going to, if we look at something like, I'm talking about my brother. Okay, я говорю о моем братье. Моем братье, о моем. This ending here is stressed, so it's моем. Я говорю о моем братье. I'm talking about my brother. Я говорю о твоем братье. I'm talking about your brother. Okay? The nash and vash, okay? The endings are nashem, vashem. Okay? They're stressed on the stem, so, okay? Я говорю о нашем братье. I'm talking about our brother. Нашем братье. So, о ком вы говорите? Who are you talking about? Мы говорим о вашем брате. We're talking about your brother. Okay? So, masculine and neuter.
Wait a minute, yours. Y'all?
Doesn't, again, y'all's brother.
So is it, okay.
Okay.
That's just.
When I say your,
No.
in English, you have to have some context in terms of is it you singular or you
So how do you know
plural.
between Travoy and Vash?
Context. if you're talking to me,
Are you
are you talking to me? If you're talking to me, what do you use?
No one else would use.
What do you use if you are talking to me?
Hopefully Russian.
You would use vash, okay? If I'm talking to you, I'd probably use tvoi. I could use vash as
It's
well.
informal.
It's either formal or informal, or vui, plural, okay? You have to have some context there, okay? Tvoi is between friends, okay? It's a very familiar relationship, okay? Where vash is more formal. Question, Nico?
Why are we getting into it?
Why or what? Why are we?
It's an adjective.
It's an adjective. Just like everything we've been doing so far. You with us? No. No, you're not. You're here, but are you with us? Huh? What? No. What? Are you confused? Tell me yes if you are. Are you sure? I want to make sure you're not too confused, okay? These
So
are
wait a
just-
minute, so it will change
These are
to,
adjectives.
so that it's going to agree with the actual, the
You
endings will
agree
agree
with
to
the
the
noun
noun.
that it's
Okay.
attached to, absolutely, okay? It always has to. It must always agree with the noun to which it is attached.
So more will change to,
Moi will change to mayom if it's in the locative, okay? Tvoi will change to tvayom. Nash will change to nashim, vash will change to vashim. These are just gonna look exactly the same. It will not change.
That's a good one.
yeah,
All
we
right.
won't get those.
Yeah.
So it says.
Alright, now, let's look at the feminines, and then we're gonna do some exercises with these, okay? May I erase that? James, можно? Now, feminines, again, just follow, I'm just gonna erase those because you don't even need to worry about those, okay? Alright, so feminine, we have, what's the feminine nominative? Like my sister.
Oh, yeah.
Maya.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yep. Maya. And then we have your sister, Nico. Твоя. Твоя сестра. Твоя сестра. Our sister. Joe? Nasha. It's Nasha. It's not a regular looking adjective, but Nasha, and then your plural follows Vasha. Okay?
Sounds like names.
No, that would be Sasha,
Can you
Nasha.
explain how that whole Sasha thing works again?
It's just a short form of either Alexander or Alexandra. Sasha can be a boy or a girl.
Yeah, because my girlfriend's sister's a teacher and she has a few Russian students and
Everybody is a Sasha, yeah.
They're
They're
like, I don't understand.
Alexander and Alexandra are some of the most, like, particularly Alexander is one of the most common Russian names.
Is there a reason? I mean,
They're not creative.
Well, no, the one reason is because the name Alexander has a lot of historical connotations. One would be Alexander Nevsky, one of the great Russian hero princes. Okay, again, but I
They don't
mean,
have any other heroes?
there are lots. Well, of course they do. Okay,
yeah, like
But again-
Joseph Stalin.
but I mean, again, we have lots of. Again, in the United States, do we have common first names for boys?
James.
James,
They were
John.
all from the Bible.
Okay,
Yeah, I didn't do none.
yeah, okay. But again, we have. I mean, are there common names in Finland for boys and girls?
Yeah,
Like what?
like Miko.
Miko, I would say, is probably, again, it's like Michael, okay?
Yeah.
And again, Mikhail is a common Russian name, okay? Again, it's biblical, okay? It has a lot of, yeah, we do that. Lots of cultures have that, okay? So Alexander is a very common name, and again, the idea of what's called a laskavaya forma, or can't even put it into English, what is it? It's like a nickname, okay? But it's like I can't think of the English word, but laskavaya means like, like a nice sweet little form, okay? So instead of Michael, you're Mikey, okay? Or instead of James, you might be, I mean, you're not, but what would a James be, maybe? Jimmy or Jim, okay? Again, so a nickname or a short form, okay? Right, Jules?
way. I'll never call me that again.
I never get Julie. I always get Jewel and Juliet.
Juliet.
I've actually had somebody go Juliet, I'm like, yes.
That's
yes,
not
yes.
it.
Okay, so going back to this, right? These are feminine.
That's not even like.
All the feminines are going to have a yay ending. So it's mayay, vayay, nashe,
Nashe?
and vashe. Yep.
Weird.
Why? Why weird? Why weird?
Because it just sounds
Sounds weird. Mayay. Well, mayoy actually sounds weirder.
That would be
You guys all like allergic to it? Everyone has sneezed.
Well, you know what? It's that everybody's got cold and stuff. Question.
Wouldn't it be all, we all spoke the same language? Like if there was no very,
Yeah.
like everyone just had an accent, like when you were, you had a different accent. But like every one language, even, it could be any language, but everyone.
They tried to do that. They tried to actually create an international language called Esperanto.
Why isn't it work?
It just doesn't work. Okay.
People don't want to forget what they've learned.
I mean, what is important about? I mean,
Start
what does a
being
language? I mean, what does a language do?
communicates.
Well, yes, it does, but it also
It gives you an identity.
it definitely gives you an identity, and not just your language, but even your accent and the dialect that you speak. Okay. I mean, in boroughs of New York, are there different accents and dialects? Absolutely. Okay. In Trinidad, now is there a different maybe dialect or an accent in one part of Trinidad as opposed to another? Or,
Oh,
yeah. Okay. And even in such a small place like that, what's the purpose of it? Why do people speak differently on one side, you know, on your side of the island as opposed to the other
Well, it
side of the
actually
island?
depends on the mixture of which side you're on. If you're on the Venezuelan side, you're going to have that mixture.
You're going to have more of a
like
Yeah, it just gives you like,
Hispanic,
Right.
right?
right, and if you're on the other
gives you
side,
more of an identity.
Yeah.
I mean,
And again,
like
it helps people identify who you are, but it also helps you identify yourself. And again, no matter where you go, let's say eventually you moved somewhere else, okay, like out of the Northeast. People are going to say, you're not from around here, okay? And you're either going to say, well, I'm going to keep that as long as I possibly can, or if you go to Alabama,
here,
you're going to say, okay, I'm going to get rid of that as soon as I, But again, yeah, you even get it here, okay?
I'm not even that far away, really.
Obviously, you know, your accent
Somebody told me that
identifies you
people
as
in
someone
New York
from...
think people from Pennsylvania sound
But
like
even
we're from
within
the country.
Finland, are there different accents and
Yeah,
dialects?
well, I mean,
Absolutely.
I wouldn't consider
Okay.
like Philly and Pittsburgh to be the country, even Harrisburg to be the country, but middle Pennsylvania
Well,
is the country.
No,
Absolutely,
like
third
they
world.
say we sound like we're Southern or something.
We're not,
No,
we don't sell, we don't
You
sell.
guys have your own like.
Philadelphia
That's what I
has a
was
very particular,
Oh my God! if
it's
you go to,
called,
like, South
it's,
Philly,
again,
I never
it's
knew
called the
there was that.
Mid-Atlantic dialect, okay? And people study this, and Philadelphia is probably one of the most sort of interesting areas of the entire country in terms of the way people speak differently, okay? There's a huge transition because once you get into Virginia, which is like an hour and a half away, it changes completely.
Oh,
You
yeah.
go an hour north of here, it's totally different. There's a huge transitional area right through this part of the country,
And then
okay?
Jersey has an influence on it too.
Jersey, again, New Jersey, if you go to southern Jersey, central Jersey, northern New Jersey,
well, northern
again,
New
it
Jersey
sounds a lot
like New York,
more like New
because
York.
There's more New Yorkers moved to that
Absolutely.
area.
And even in Finland, okay, I would imagine that maybe Helsinki's, the people who live in Helsinki speak very distinctly from the people who live way far north, correct?
Yeah.
Okay?
Do they know why that happens? Like, if you think about it, English is English. So, like, how do you develop, like, say, like a southern twang? Like, how do you develop that?
What's
Yeah.
the reason for that?
Okay, there are lots of reasons for that. Let's finish this and then we'll talk about this. So those are actually interesting questions. Let's get through this and then we'll talk about, you know, something that maybe you find a little more interesting for the rest of the day. Yeah, so if you look on page 172, okay, you've got all the possessive and demonstrative pronouns in the singular there, okay? So let's take your homework for Wednesday is exercise 7 on page 172, dealing with demonstratives and possessives with, again, nouns. Okay, the nouns, we should know these by heart. There should be no like, huh? Adjectives still a little, you know, need a little work, okay? So let's look at number 1. So completing the sentences with the correct form of the words in the parentheses. I'll do number 1. Because I probably know the answer.
I hope you do.
I do.
Hope you do.
I hope I do too.
If you don't, there's no hope for me.
So, мы живем на. So, мы живем, we live on this street. Мы живем на. This is a feminine, so этой мы живем. На этой улице. Yeah? Ой, so мы живем на этой улице. We live on this street. Or that street. And here's the thing about this это or этот means either this or that. In the absence of some sort of distinction between this or that, it means either one. So we could say, we live on this street or we live on that street. Okay? But if you're going to then make a distinction, мы живем на этой улице, а вы живете на той улице. And you live on that one. There's another form. There is the to, ta, tot. But you only use this when there is a distinction between this and that. Okay? This is this or that. This is the that only when there's a this to compare it to. Okay? But we're not supposed to worry about that. Let's just worry about the это. Okay? So мы живем на этой улице. We live on this street. Okay? Number 2. Мико, пожалуйста.
Does it read it?
Yes, please. And put the correct form. So in, so наш город, in our city.
Nasha,
It's a masculine adjective.
Nashom,
Look, it's nashem. Look at those, just look right up here. So v'nashem. Only because the stress is on the stem. V'nashem.
Anashem,
V'nashem.
Gorad,
Город. This also has to be in the locative.
Goradie,
В городе, да. В нашем городе. Keep going.
есть хорошие университеты.
Университеты, да. So, в нашем городе есть хорошие университеты. Miko, what does it mean?
Like in our city,
Uh-huh.
like we have no, it's like in our city is
Or are. This
Are.
is plural. Are.
like nice
Good
university.
universities, da. Okay? So, in our city there are good universities. Or we have. You could even say we have nice universities.
It's easier to translate.
Again,
to English.
it's the translation in English can go many ways, okay? Basically means the same thing. We would in English, we're like, yeah, it's the same thing. Okay?
Yeah.
So, в нашем городе есть хорошие университеты. The next one, number 3. James, пожалуйста. Yes. Number 3. Сколько?
Сколько лет я
Ты.
я
This is учишься. We did this last week. Учишься.
учусь на
And again, we have этот университет, this university. So we've got to put that in the locative case. So it's an adjective, remember? Look at the little box right above those questions. V'et, masculine adjective. V'et. Этом. V'etam, and then put universitet in the locative.
University.
It's a not noun. V'etom. Universitet. What's the locative of the masculine noun? Yeah. Yeah. Университете. Okay? Сколько лет ты учишься в этом университете? What is that question asking, James?
Do you go to the university?
Not do you go, but сколько лет? How
long?
How long? How many years have you studied at this university? Юлия, сколько лет ты учишься в этом университете?
one in here? This one?
Сколько лет ты учишься в этом университете? Да, in this one. Сколько лет?
3.
3 что? 3 what? 3 месяца? 3 months?
No, year.
3...
Years.
Ага. 3 what?
Yeah.
Года.
Oh, go
3 года. Я учусь 3 года в этом университете. So you studied here for 3 years. Йосиф, сколько лет ты учишься в этом университете? 4. Как сказать 4? Ой, боже ты мой.
Almost there. Yeah.
4 года, да. Йосиф 4 года учится в этом университете. So he studied here for 4 years. Почти, almost. А я работаю здесь 9 лет. Я здесь работаю 9 лет. What does that mean, Nico? Я здесь работаю уже 9 лет.
More than
I work here for how long? 9 лет.
10 years.
Не 10. 9.
12? 11? No.
No.
9!
Oh,
Nine.
9, спасибо.
Nine.
Closer.
We're close.
I was thinking
9 лет я здесь работаю. Okay, so I've worked here for 9 years.
That was the only part of the Olympics that I knew when they did the countdown backwards.
Mm.
And I was like,
Do something.
Alright, so for Wednesday, do exercise 7, do all of those. Okay? Понятно? Да? And if you didn't do the previous ones, do those as well. Alright, so your question about language, okay?
people are lazy and they don't want to speak correct English.
Университете.
Oh, answer my question. When are we gonna get something to do in here?
Like a quiz?
Yeah. Because I don't, he likes to tell you like 2 minutes before you have one.
I'm gonna get an email. We have a
I need
quiz
time.
in 5 minutes. Get to class.
We're gonna have a quiz.
oh boy.
Oh, боже.
Yeah, oh боже, да, боже ты мой.
Oh my god, this is the biggest quiz ever. Just with like all this stuff on it.
Oh my god. Yeah, oh my god. We're gonna have a small quiz on Friday. Here's what it's gonna be on. Write this down, okay? God,
He's like, oh,
James, get this? Alright, so the quiz. Friday.
Mhm.
If you're not here Friday, it's in the ARC.
When's your office
No
out?
art.
Yeah, ARC.
Where's your office out? When's your office?
When? On Thursday?
Is your office, do you have one on Thursday?
Uh-huh.
Can I come
In the
then?
morning.
Can I come then?
Can you be here at like 8:15? Or between then and 9:30?
Yes.
Okay.
On what day?
I can.
Thursday?
I have work.
I have class at 8 o'clock.
And that's why it's gonna be in the ARC.
Tell me small.
No.
Killing me.
Okay? Alright, so quiz. Here's what it is. Here's what it is, your quiz, okay? And again, you might want to look, page 169, Учиться. To study.
I get more nervous than I want.
Okay. Учиться. Know how to conjugate that verb. Я учусь, ты учишься. And this is going right on our little video, so you can always review it. Я учусь, ты учишься, он учится, мы учимся, вы учитесь, они учатся. Okay?
Oh, on the bottom?
Yes. Negative. Negative. Yeah, so the negatives. I don't know nothing. Okay? I see nothing.
Finally, I
hear
speak good
nothing.
English. I'm so
Okay?
excited.
Yes, finally I speak good English. Yes.
Oh God.
I speak real good. Okay? So the negatives, and that's on 168. And there will be locatives of adjectives and nouns. Понятно? Everybody got it? So locatives.
If I get more than a 2 on this, that'd be great.
Happy?
I thought we were reviewing this on Wednesday.
Yeah, we gonna look this over Wednesday?
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, you're going to review.
That should be good.
We'll review our homework. Okay. On Wednesday, and the homework deals with this, and we'll go over that as well. Okay.
Okey-dokey.
We actually might get through this week, except for maybe tomorrow morning with no delays or.
I hope it does. I actually have a lab that I don't want.
Alright, so that's it for now. So you had questions about, why do people speak differently in different parts of the country?